Hi, it's Yash, Beyond the Alchemy at YouTube. So this is some good stuff here. How to explain to a how are you going to explain semen retention to a girlfriend or a girl that you're potentially like you're interested in, and you're bringing something new to the table. Average guy doesn't know about this, let alone average girl. So I got a couple good questions. This is going to be a two-part video. This is about explaining semen retention to a girl, and then the next video is going to be about how to retain your semen during sex, if that's something you want to do. So this was self-hypnotic state is asking, is it possible to really get a partner who can really understand the value of semen retention and having sex without losing energy? So, for example, I met a girl, we were physically intimate, but how do you explain to her about semen retention? About you don't want to lose your energy. You don't want to ejaculate. That's what it means. You don't want to lose your energy. How do you find the way to say it? Like, what's the right way to do this? How do you say it? Please help me. All right. Look, here's the thing, and this is just the truth. When you're really, really ready for this level, you're going to attract a girl. You're going to attract a girl who understands. You're not going to attract a girl who doesn't understand. It just works like that, So that's it in a nutshell. But the mind needs more explanation. So we're going to do that. Okay, I'm going to explain more. Yeah. See, the girl needs the capacity to understand this. These little bubblegum chewing girls, taking selfies all the time, they're not going to understand. They just, like, how are they going to understand? They can't understand. So the problem is the guy, you see, you got to do deep introspection here so you can catch this. There's always this struggle, this inner like war between our higher self and lower self. Now, our higher self, those tendencies, we want to be free of the sexual instinct. Our higher self is free of the sexual instinct, okay? And our natural state is we're not a slave to this thing, and we can enjoy women and female attraction and even sex, but we don't become like slaves to it, you see? So the lower self, we want to use sex and female attraction and all this to get dopamine hits and to feel a sense of aliveness and excitement and all that, and that's fine. Like, we got to do that for a while. I had to do that. You can't, unless you're if you're a teenager in your 20s, unless you're exceptional, you're going to have to go through the stage. This is why I tell people at that age who are struggling and they relapse, and don't worry about it. You got to go through that and you'll be fine. If you don't go through that, you got no experience with it, you don't even know what you're transcending. And then later, if you're in a position to help somebody, you need this full spectrum experience so you can actually share the struggle and the transcendence. So it's all good. So you get to where you don't want to waste your time on these girls who there's nothing there there's no reciprocity. Like you're on a different level and you're trying to you're in another world trying to communicate with another world, or you're in a certain stage trying to communicate with another stage. It doesn't work. So why do people do it then? You see, if you're really solid in this in your transcendence, you wouldn't be worrying about this. It happens natural. You meet a woman who's tuned to this, and that's it. So why the struggle? Why the confusion? It's because, like I just said, a part of you still wants it. A part of you, it's like the desire for female communion and attraction hasn't been satisfied. You see, so we're in a compromising situation. Mentally, we know, like we want a girl who's mature and who understands all this and understands about the energy, but really, we're not there yet. See, that's not really what we want. We want it, but also we want to enjoy. We don't want to wait for that. We want a girl right now. Ooh, God gave me a girl. I have a girl now. Oh, but she's not quite on the level. What do I do? How do I explain to her and get her to understand? You can't. The capacity's not there. You see? If it's there, you'll just explain and it'll be easy. But because of this this conflict, this inner conflict inside of not really being ready to only want this. It's mixed with again, like something's not done yet with this, something's still needy for female attention and communion. And that's only because it's never really been experienced. It's okay. A lot of people they don't know what it's like to really have true communion in sharing in love with it, in vulnerability with another human being. So there's something in there that wants to taste that. It'll be fine. You just you keep going. You see, universe is going to give us everything that we need, and there's no way to stop that. It's like we can relax. But because of the game of life in the mind, it creates this. This is a true like drama virtual reality game we're in, man. Everything, if it was only our higher self and not our lower self involved, it'd just be boring. We would just see everything. We'd say, yeah, okay, I'm getting these lessons here. I'm going to learn this, and then the next stage I'm going to attract this, and you just see everything. But here it's like we're playing the role of the higher self and lower self at the same time. So there's this conflict, and it looks really real, and and we got to experience all that. Let's see, did I miss anything? So when you're really ready, like I said, this becomes effortless. You attract a partner who you guys match. There's good matching, because see, this is another thing. You got to understand this. A girl, consciously or subconsciously, usually unconsciously, because if it was conscious she wouldn't do it. When you tell them that you're not either that you don't want to have sex, or when you break down this semen retention game on them, they get a little insecure. You see, because somewhere inside the woman's psyche, she knows she can control you with sex, because most guys are being controlled by sex. You see girls walking down the street with them, and it's like they got a leash on them. The guy's their little lap dog. He's done. See, someone who's transcended sex, or who's really practicing semen retention even during sex, girl can't control him. So that's a factor. Somewhere the girl knows that, and so she's uncomfortable with it. And then they say things like, "Oh, or they're just insecure. They're because their maturity's not there. They think, if you're not ejaculating, then I'm not satisfying you. You must not like it." Even if you tell them over and over and over again, they can't hear it. I'm going to talk more about that in the next video, about preserving your semen during sex. But an intelligent girl, when you're ready yourself, when this is really your life, and you've satisfied this craving for excessive female attention, when you saw through that, when that's no longer alive in you so much, to where when you're going outside and you're looking for girls, oh, they find me attractive. Oh, I feel good that they find me attractive. When all that's played out, you'll find an intelligent girl. And an intelligent or mature girl, she's going to appreciate this, because you're not like the other guys. And she knows intuitively, she's in touch with her intuition. And when you explain, look, I don't want to lose my energy. I mean, this isn't auspicious for me. It affects my health. It affects, mentally, emotionally, everything. She's gonna be like, well, yeah, that totally makes sense. She's gonna feel it. So that's your answer, man. You get right, then you'll attract right. That's it. Now I'm gonna make the video on preserving your semen during sex. See you in a minute.